There are people in this world who don't feel the need to win. Not in arguments, not in careers, not even in things they're good at. And if you're one of them, you've probably been told something is wrong with you, that you lack ambition, that you're too soft, that you'll fall behind. But what if the opposite is true? What if the people who don't compete aren't behind at all, but are playing a completely different game? The invisible pressure. From the moment you're born, life becomes a comparison. Grades, looks, money, status. Someone is always ahead. Someone is always behind. And slowly, without noticing, you're pulled into a race you never signed up for. A race where winning feels temporary, losing feels personal, and peace feels impossible. Some people adapt to this. They learn to chase, to compare, to measure themselves constantly. But others quietly step out, not because they're incapable, but because something in them resists it. They see what others don't. People who don't compete usually notice something early. There is no finish line. You can win today and still feel empty tomorrow. You can outperform everyone and still feel behind someone else. Because competition isn't designed to end, it's designed to continue. And once you see that clearly, the motivation changes. You stop asking, "How do I win?" and start asking, "Why am I even playing this?" Internal versus external drives. Most competitive behavior comes from external motivation, recognition, validation, status, approval. It's not about the activity itself, it's about what it gives you. But people who don't compete, they tend to operate differently. Their motivation is internal. They don't run faster to beat someone else. They run because they enjoy running. They don't learn to be better than others. They learn because they're curious. And this creates a subtle but powerful shift. They are not trying to prove anything. Competition and identity. For highly competitive people, identity becomes tied to performance. If they win, they feel worthy. If they lose, they feel diminished. This is why competition becomes emotional. It's not just a game, it's self-worth. But people who don't compete, they separate identity from outcome. They can fail without collapsing. They can succeed without inflating, because their sense of self isn't built on comparison, and that makes them stable in a way most people aren't. Why they don't enjoy competition. It's not that they hate effort, it's that they dislike what competition does to people. They notice friendships becoming strained, people becoming aggressive, joy turning into pressure. They've seen hobbies turn into performance. They've seen passion disappear under expectation. And at some point they decide, this isn't worth it. Not because they can't compete, but because they don't want to lose themselves in the process. The loneliness of not competing. Here's the part no one talks about. Choosing not to compete can feel isolating, because society rewards visible ambition. And if you're not chasing constantly, people assume you're drifting. You might hear, "You're not pushing yourself enough. You're wasting your potential. You need to be more competitive." And over time, you start questioning yourself. Am I missing something? Am I falling behind? But the truth is, you're not behind. You're just not measuring your life the same way. They compete, just differently. People who don't compete with others often still compete, but the direction is inward. They compare who they were yesterday, what they understood before, how they handled things in the past. This kind of competition is quieter. No audience, no scoreboard, no validation. But it's also more sustainable, because it doesn't depend on someone else losing. The psychological advantage. There's something interesting about this mindset. When you stop competing externally, anxiety decreases, focus improves, creativity expands. Why? Because your energy is no longer split between doing the task and watching how others are doing. You're fully present. And ironically, this often leads to better performance anyway. Not because you tried to win, but because you removed the noise, the misunderstanding. Let's be clear. Not competing doesn't mean being passive, avoiding challenges, lacking discipline. In fact, many non-competitive people are deeply driven, but their drive is not reactive. It doesn't come from, "I need to beat them." It comes from, "I want to understand this. I want to improve this. I want to see how far I can go." And that difference changes everything. When competition becomes useful, this isn't about rejecting competition completely. Competition can be powerful. It can push boundaries, build resilience, create momentum, but only when it's controlled. The problem isn't competition itself. It's when competition becomes identity. When your value depends on winning, you stop growing freely. A different way to live. People who don't compete are not avoiding life. They're choosing a different relationship with it. They focus on depth instead of comparison, process instead of outcome, meaning instead of status. They're less interested in being the best and more interested in being fully engaged. And in a world obsessed with ranking everything, that's rare. So if you've ever felt like you don't belong in this constant race, if you've ever questioned why you don't feel the urge to compete, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not behind, you're not weak, you're not missing ambition. You've just stepped outside a system that most people never question. And maybe the real question isn't, why don't you compete, but why does everyone else feel like they have to?